they always say it starts with you. You and me. It starts with me. It starts with you. A world of peace. It starts with me. A world of love. It starts with you. A world of understanding. It starts with us. A world of peace. A world of love. A world of understanding.
We must stop lying about how we really are. We got to stop lying because we won't be healed or delivered with us being dishonest. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Let me go a step further. And I know y'all going to turn and twist on this. I ain't even got to my scripture yet. You ready to turn and twist? Oh, you going to turn and twist. You going to turn and twist. And when I say this, I'm going to tell you the argument is going to come up in your mind. If you argue with your man, you masculine. See, I know the argument. I done had to deal with her about it. If you argue with your man, you masculine. Now, the argument, bro, you just heard was, well, how do you say what you need to say? Don't you? So you mean you can't say nothing? Are y'all there? I'm going to show you, because I got to show you, 1 Peter now. I got to show you. Let's look at chapter 3. Because I know if I just leave that, I got to show you scripture on this. Because if I left that out there, they'd wrestle with it. I got to let the word be the authority on it. So y'all know I ain't making it up. Ain't saying no domination of the man talking. What I want to show you is to show you that society has told us that this is how we deal with each other. That if you disagree, you have a right to vocalize everything you disagree with. That's what society's taught us, and that's why we don't respect authority, because that's not how you respect authority. You got what I'm saying? So vocalizing many times, see, the Bible, listen to me, the Bible told Adam, God cursed you for being quiet. You listened to your wife when you should have spoke up. So men must always speak up. But the problem was the women need to be quiet. So that's why it's such a hard fight for men to speak up and for women to be quiet. So the Bible had to give us a command. We had to have a command to do it, because we ain't going to do it just because we love each other. You ready for me? Likewise, Peter 3, 1 Peter 3, you there? Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection, submission to your pastor, to your supervisor. Now y'all laughing, but that's who you submit to. If I told any one of y'all go do something, you go do it. If I said, man, I'm thirsty, I need a tea. Can somebody go give me tea? I'll go get it, Pastor. You'll get up now, it's probably, if it's raining, and go get the pastor a tea. If your supervisor asks you to do it, you go do it. But if your man asks you to do it, there's no subjection, which proves you don't see him as authority. So your problem is perception. Because you have the ability to obey authority. You just don't perceive him as authority. So there's nothing wrong with your mind in understanding authority. Did y'all hear what I said? Yeah, I ain't ready. You don't perceive him as authority or as your authority. So God said, I know women are going to have this tendency, so there needs to be a command. Adam is going to rule over you. Because you're going to have a tendency not to see Adam as authority. Because if you did see Adam as authority, Adam told you about the tree. She wasn't there. Adam told her. He's authority. He told God, said, don't eat this tree. That's enough. What more you need to hear? But she went and did it anyway. So God said, oh, okay. Now I'm going to tell you, since you couldn't see my order, understanding the natural order of things, the man was created first. You came out of him. He is your natural authority before sin. And after sin, he becomes your spiritual authority. So since you couldn't see that, let me tell you I'm going to make it plain. You know he going to rule over you. This is the only way, woman, you're going to be safe in this earth. Now, you got to have a man that is a man ruling over you. Because, see, what was Adam's problem? Effeminacy. Hearken to the voice, the masculine voice of God, he didn't listen to. But the voice of the woman, he did listen to. So what did God tell Adam? You going to now have to lead this woman. Because you didn't listen, you're going to get a command. So what my point was trying to tell y'all, if you argue with your man, you're masculine. That's a masculine trait. Now I'm going to show y'all why this is true. You ready? So you can squirm on this. You ready? Likewise, ye wives, be so in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word. You mean a man that ain't obeying the word? A man that ain't obeying the word, be subjected to a man that ain't obeying the word? You mean be submitted to a man ain't obeying the word? Well, Paul is wrong. We need to see that in the Greek. Maybe that subjection means something else. That's what they do, bro. When it's something just plain now, that can't mean that. Because you're thinking in your Western mind, your modern society, but this is biblical. Your Western mind says equality. That's why I teach so much on marriage, because I'm trying to teach, don't get married with this equal mind if you want to be right with God. Look at this. Be in subjection to your own husband, that if any, obey not. Now that took away your excuse. That took away your excuse that he don't pray, he don't read the word, he don't go to church. All of that still, this is the Bible telling you, don't marry him. It takes away your excuse. That they also may without a word be won by the conversation of their wives. Did y'all hear that?
The thing that is missing is the unity of us as a people. My beloved brother, Mr. Frazier, articulated some magnificent economic truths that can be realized fully by the unity of us as a people. My sister talked about education and health issues. We cannot any longer depend on a benevolent white person in office to look out for our needs. That responsibility is ours. Now, whether my brother, Bishop Eddie Long, can visit the White House and speak on behalf of us, or whether the Reverend Jackson can visit the White House and speak on behalf of us, or any of us.
They haven't invited me, Mr. Farr. They haven't invited me to the White House.
Well, you're on your way though, brother, for sure. When you can assemble us like this, you are a very important man. The few points that I want to make is based on what I heard. My sister with the union, she wants to be at the right table at the right time to talk about the right issues where workers are concerned. Everyone at this table, my dear sister, talked about policy and community. Reverend Lowry and Reverend Sharpton brilliantly defined for us really the crux of the matter. Here's what I see. Respectfully, Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. But power won't even concede to a demand if the demand is coming from a weak constituency that looks like they've lost their testicular fortitude. Careful now. Careful. I'm a Baptist preacher too. But listen, family, listen. The generational gap is serious. But it's written of in Scripture. When Moses gathered the people in the wilderness, he spied the promised land. But there were some giants in the promised land. And the people were asked, go in, we're with you. They said, wait a minute, God. We would go, but the giants are there. They had no faith that they could take the land from the giants. So what did God say? Okay, you wander in the wilderness till you die out. And I will take your children and they will inhabit the promised land. Martin Luther King said, I've been to the mountaintop. I have seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but we as a people will get there when we separate from a pharaohic idea of mental slavery. Our children, listen, our children cannot eat at the table of illusion and hypocrisy. Most of us who have access, who have wealth, who have quote unquote positions, we are like mannequins in the shopping mall of democracy. When you go to the shopping mall, you see the mannequin. The mannequin is dressed in what you would like to buy. The mannequin can't talk. The mannequin can't walk. We got black people in power, but they don't have power. We got black people with money. We have black people with money that we think are giants, but in the company of their white counterparts, they are midgets. Now, if we want to get where we want to go, we can't focus on the house that has rejected us and our fathers for 400 years. We have to now focus on ourselves.